We're talking about Baily Zappe on QB1 with Chrissy Freud. And Chrissy, how surprising was it to see this quarterback drafted where he was?
Yeah, I think a lot of people had Baily Zappe either going undrafted or drafted very late on day 3. And I mean, he went ahead of guys like Sam Howell, and I think certainly nobody saw that one coming. But this is a quarterback that I was pushing a lot throughout the year. So I'm not necessarily surprised to see someone take a chance on him. Earlier on, showed a lot of really good things at WKU, and his head coach Tyson Helton just absolutely raved about him to me, was talking about how he was on par with Sam Darnold in college and that he had even exceeded him. So I think that there were a lot of people in his camp that knew that he was capable of this, but I think that maybe the nation itself did not really understand.
For those who don't really know a lot about Baily Zappe and what he could potentially offer in the league, I mean, what is it that really made him stand out and start to garner some of that attention in the college game outside of those who really knew him and knew what he was capable of?
Yeah, well, especially on the stat sheet, he set the FBS records for most single season passing yards and most single season touchdowns. That's a big deal, regardless of who you are, where you play, or what scheme you play in. And really, I think another thing that people should know is that this is a quarterback who played in the air raid offense. And a lot of people go, oh, well, those numbers are just because he played in the air raid. Well, this is a little bit different, and people don't look into this as much as they should. There is an extended run game piece to this offense that a lot of the coaches talk about, that they talked about a lot to me. And it requires a quarterback to do a lot more just pre-snap as far as understanding protections, having a deep understanding of protections. There's a lot on his plate that I think people don't realize that will translate to the pro level. So I think that between his football IQ, his accuracy, and then being a tremendous deep passer and setting those records really just kind of put a lot of people on notice.
So how do you think he ultimately fits with a team like the Patriots?
Well, I think with him being more of coming from a team that's not like this juggernaut running offense, I think that it does help, because just in the sense that this is the Patriots, they're a team that they've done really well with taking pure pocket passers in the past. It's kind of how they function. So Baily does have some ability to his game, but I think just between the type of player that he is, that he fits well. And then also, as far as his personality, I don't think I've ever met a quarterback that's more respectful just during interviews. It's yes, ma'am, everything. And when you look at the Patriot way and the way that those players hold themselves, the way the Patriots present themselves, I think just him from a personal standpoint aligns perfectly with that team.
Absolutely. That will go a long way in Foxborough, to be sure. QB1 with Chrissy Freud. Chrissy, thanks.